Welcome back, gamers. Lazy Gamer here. Let's try and finish this game today, shall we? Hopefully, this will be the last episode. I'm eager to start on my next one. But if it's not, we'll make another episode, shall we? In the meantime, I need a beacon. Won't work until we put it in the oil, I think. It's too old.
Hopefully the fuses will work again if I pour the whale oil over them.
Yeah, the fuses wouldn't lit if I just tried it. Put it on harpoon. Let's see if anyone noticed. Now, who could be in that plane? Let's see. Almost certainly Max. Hey, there you are. He was a nice guy after all. And those guys.
Max!
Are they not bad guys?
So Oleg was right.
It's not what you think.
Typical statement
Hey.
from a man.
They aren't our enemies. They want to help us.
I've had my fill lately of people who allegedly want to help me.
Yeah, I know. I'm really sorry about Oleg.
How did you know?
Later. These men have brought me here to...
So you are in cahoots with them. They're the same guys who were seen in the museum by the janitor and the little girl when my father was kidnapped, right?
Yes, and the sect did actually kidnap your father. But for his own protection. Don't worry. He's fine.
For his protection? From people like you? You played me for a sucker and were working with these guys the entire
No,
time.
he wasn't.
No, when I got back from Ireland, the sect also kidnapped me. Then they explained how everything fits together. I'd never seen these guys before that. You have to believe me.
Do I?
During his investigation into the Tunguska catastrophe, your father stumbled onto something that
finish
has
the
to be
game
kept
today.
secret at all costs.
You
The
guys
sect
have
has done
stopped,
everything it can to make sure this secret
talking.
doesn't fall into the wrong hands.
And what is that?
The people believe that they're the offspring of aliens from outer space.
Madman.
Oh, God.
And the Tunguska catastrophe was
Right?
caused by a nuclear-powered interstellar spaceship that crashed while trying to rescue its last living survivors from Earth.
Bullshit!
Psst.
Don't tell me you believe
Agree
that.
with Nina,
I
actually.
don't know what I should believe anymore. Do you remember your encounter with the sect?
In Tunguska? Yes. It was pretty weird.
The fact is that in the summer of 1908, an unidentified object was annihilated in a detonation as powerful as a modern hydrogen bomb. But they found no crater and no remains. Then these strange fragments appeared years later. Your father examined them and discovered that they were made from materials that didn't come from Earth, but were processed.
The Kalenkov report?
Exactly. Then the military got a hold of the material, and your father was prohibited from doing any more research. When he and Manuel Perez took off again for the Tunguska region, Perez accidentally became a victim of an experiment that the military was conducting with the extraterrestrial object there. Your father realizes how dangerous the material is, but he continues to do research despite, or maybe because of it, until he comes across evidence of the Zopa, whose abandoned caves he discovers in China. There he discovers artifacts that consist of the same extraterrestrial material as the fragments from the Tunguska region. A strange connection,
Yeah.
don't you think?
And one of the artifacts is here now, delivered personally by Nina Kalenkov.
The station belongs to a man named Massimo Gattuso. Have you ever heard his
Yeah.
name before?
Billionaire, divorced 3 times, devastatingly handsome. You can ask him for an autograph in a second.
What?
He's here. I saw him below in the station.
Hopefully we aren't too late. He bought shares in all the telecommunication companies through middlemen and will soon control the entire mobile network.
So what? Are you afraid that the prices per minute will go up?
Be serious for a second, Nina. Don't you have any idea what they're planning here? Think about Perez's accident, the psychiatric clinic in Cuba, the French female scientist, and the Russians' animal experiments.
Give me a hint.
They are working on a technology that will manipulate thoughts.
Oh, come on. First you come to me with these aliens. And now this?
It sounds inconceivable, I know. But research into this technology is nothing new. As far as I know, no one has been successful yet. But with this extraterrestrial material, do you think that Massimo Gattuso will go to so much trouble if the artifact was merely of value archaeologically? The sect believes that he is about to implement this technology, and you can imagine what will happen then.
So, do you trust these people?
More than I trust this Gattuso.
And what are you planning to do?
The sect will take care of detonating the transmitter, and we have to find a way to disrupt the experiment itself. Are you familiar with the layout in there? Is there maybe a control room or something like that?
Oh.
Sure. Follow me and try to be inconspicuous.
Yes, sir. Oh, before I forget, I found your cell phone in the caves in China. I thought you'd probably need it, in case you want to call me after all this is finished.
I know your number by heart.
How sweet.
So, the elevator should be working again. But maybe we should wait until the sect members have detonated the antenna.
And if not, we still have the element of surprise on our side.
So you really want to go down there?
Yes. Now let's go.
Damn, what just happened? The elevator appears to still be working, as do some of the doors, but I can't open the other ones. Nina, can you hear me? Just great. I have to get the doors open as soon as possible or we'll have a real problem. We've had more than enough of those already. Hopefully Nina will wait for me and won't do anything stupid. If I know her, she probably will.
Max doesn't seem to hear me through the door. Now what? Hopefully he'll get the door open again. But I can't really wait for him to do it. We have no time to lose.
Like he said.
Maybe that elevator still works. Then I can look around a little downstairs.
Let's go down. Actually.
There's no reception here.
Oh. I thought I might be able to call Max. Anyway.
One of the surveillance cameras. Hopefully Max is constantly checking the monitors in the control room. A radiator. Someone took the knob that opens and closes the vent. There's just a rod left now. The pipe is cold. I hear voices behind that door. As long as I don't have an army behind me, I really shouldn't go in there.
You think?
What an enormous icicle. I can't break it loose. It's much too massive for that.
Just don't stand under it.
What an enormous icicle.
Gee. If I could only watch it.
An iron chain hanging in the middle of the room. No idea what that's good for.
Let's find out. I don't know what that's good for either.
This wrench ought to make sure that the lid doesn't open accidentally. Hopefully the lid won't open.
Hopefully.
The sign warns that contact with water could trigger chemical reactions. The paint is so brittle that it crumbles just looking at it.
I need it. I need an impression.
The paint stuck to the silicone. With a little imagination, you can see the sign again. The peeled off paint from the shield is now on the silicone impression. The no water symbol can be made out halfway clearly.
That's tough. And hook it there. Now I only need a trigger to hit that thing, which is full of something.
There are 2 labels on it: danger, explosive, and do not bring in contact with water. For such dangerous stuff, that vat sure doesn't make a stable impression.
Well, that thing hits that, will explode, and that is.
In some places where the walls have cracked, the ice is visible behind the walls. We must therefore be below sea
So
level.
if this goes kaboom, that disappears.
When I wedged the icicle between the pipes, the nut broke from the mounting bracket of the
Nuts.
pipes.
Also mine, actually. Now we have to do a couple of things in the other room if I can get there. If my control will. There we go. And I even got the attachment I needed to play Skyward Sword. So why is it so fidgety in here? I wonder. Anyway, if Max can see me, this should make him understand that there's no water in this pipe. Perhaps I can't use it yet.
A radiator.
Ah, but there's a valve. Perhaps I can turn it with this thing.
My former teacher, Mr. Puetz, would say no one can force a round metal rod to rotate with a
No?
wrench.
Well, this makes what does it? Yeah, I
A
know.
radiator. When I wedged the icicle between
Yeah,
the
I
pipes,
know.
I have a vague idea. You can do thread
Yeah,
cutting with
it
that.
makes threads for things like nuts, which this thing is missing. Yeah, today, please.
I threaded the rod.
Now has threads.
I threaded the rod.
Then we can put this nut on. Then we can use this thing.
Phew, no
It's too
chance.
tight, eh? Well, speaking of, we have leverage again. Now it should work.
Phew. That's it then. The vent is open.
Vent. Valve. Some inconsistency with the script and the actual game designers, maybe.
The pipe is cold.
Well, I think I maybe need to. Oh, come on. Double clicking should fast track it. I don't have time for this. I think I need to put it back to get heat.
I've gotten warm enough now.
No?
The back.
Then why? Why is this so difficult? Why so difficult?
One of the surveillance cameras. A radiator. I can't open or close the valve with my bare hands.
What am I missing now?
The tube leads through the wall into the hallway.
Yeah, I know that. Trying to heat it up. So this will go. That was the purpose.
One of the surveillance cameras. Hopefully Max is constantly checking the monitors in the control room.
Yeah.
The peeled off paint from the shield is now on the silicone impression.
I need water. Am I missing a sequence? Obviously I am.
The radiator is gurgling and is cold. I guess there isn't enough water in the pipes.
Like that. Now it will work. Yeah, it's a game is fidgety
Water?
sometimes.
Heat? There's no water in the heating unit? I'll see if I can find a control unit for the water feed. I hope that was the right switch.
Guess it's fine now. Let's turn it on then.
There seems to be enough water in it now, but the radiator is still not heating up.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, now the bad guys see to that later. Can I go in?
I hear voices behind that door, as long as I don't have an army behind.
Yes. Where's the... I'm covered most of this. So,
If Max would have been able to open the door, The door is shut. The door is shut. Hopefully Max will be able to open it again soon.
and bad guys will turn on the heat again when I get caught. I just need to get caught. So how do
I've gotten warm.
how do I get caught again? To get caught or not to get caught? That's the problem.
radiator. There seems to be enough water in it now, but the radiator is still not heating up.
Alright. Fine. No, this will be the last chapter. Just have to figure stuff out. Yeah, so I forgot a small detail again. I have to signal Max for another mission. How do I do that? You say? Oh, there is not enough water. Or heat, rather. Did water already.
If my plan works and Max understands my clues, the heater will get warm, and so will the pipes with the icicle between them. When it melts and slides out of the pipes, it will hopefully push the vat from the shelf onto the floor. And as soon as the vat cover opens and the highly explosive chemical comes into contact with the ice on the floor, it will go kaboom. A great fuse. If I could somehow get out of here, I should close the valve again afterwards, otherwise this whole joint will blow with me and Max inside.
There's no flame lit in the heating unit? Well, then let's look for the right button that fires it up. So, that should have been it. Ah,
Oh,
damn
no.
it! Nina, look out!
Really?
So I did hear right. The lady did actually manage to free herself. Well then, come along. The boss is already eagerly waiting to make your acquaintance.
Yep. Final moments.
Ah, Miss Kalinkov. We finally meet in person. Please excuse my bad manners. I would have introduced myself much sooner, but as you can see, I'm under quite a bit of stress. Allow me to introduce myself,
know.
Massimo Gattuso.
Kidnapping, aggravated assault, and whatever else you ordered to do. So you're considering that good form?
No, but special circumstances unfortunately demand special measures. But since you are already here, may I offer you a front row seat for the world premiere?
Thanks, but I'm not interested.
Then you'll really be missing something. You will witness how my new marketing measures will lead humanity into a happier future.
I can't wait.
As you should. I'm sure you're familiar with it. You spend days thinking about which dress you should buy, and then you have a fight with your boyfriend about whether you should buy the red or the green couch.
I don't need a couch, and certainly not a green one.
I will relieve humanity from these problems in the future.
Through brainwashing?
I call it help in decision-making. It will not only save people a lot of trouble, but they will also have more time to concentrate on really important things. You have to admit, it's a truly noble gesture on my part.
I have to admit, you're even sicker than I thought. All you care about is selling your products. You don't give a shit about the people.
What a shame that you don't appreciate my plans. Don't worry, though. You won't be in the position to take offense. And now, if you'll please excuse me, I have to prepare for the first test run. And if I can offer you a word of advice, be happy that you will be allowed to witness this spectacle. It would be a shame if you couldn't enjoy your last hours on Earth, wouldn't it?
It can't be much longer until the icicle slips from the pipe. have to get out of here fast. A loading crane. One of those monitoring cameras again. I won't be able to get there unnoticed.
Let's see if someone can put the heat back on then.
I think I may have something you've been looking for.
Oh, the part from the water pump? Thank you very much. We will reward you with a painless death.
How friendly of you.
Oleg, put that thing back in there quickly so that it's nice and warm again up in the station when we celebrate our triumph.
Okay. You will watch our guest of honor.
I don't think that our princess wants to run away, do you?
No, of course not. It's terribly comfortable here.
So we got rid of not so nice Mr. Oleg. Then this thing, I won't bother to talk to these guys. I don't remember if I can. This thing is highly sensitive to radio waves. Oddly enough, since it's supposed to.
Massimo wants to realize his sick plans with it.
Brainwashing thing to sell stuff.
One of those monitoring. I won't be able to
I
get
need
there.
the distraction first, yeah. You're vulnerable to disturbances like from a mobile phone.
Damn it, we have some interfering radiation here somewhere. If we don't get it under control quickly, we'll have to stop the experiment.
Really.
You mean escape using the crane? We'll see if that goes well. But I don't have a better idea, so let's give it a shot. Good luck, Nina.
This should be my last active moment in the game.
It's getting warm up there. The champagne is being chilled.
So
This
just
means
lean
that
back
there is
and
nothing
watch
standing in the
the
way of our party.
The celebration will have to wait.
Do I
We have
need
some
to
serious
grab it?
problems
I
here.
don't remember. I won't put the control away quite yet. There we go. Yeehaw.
What the hell was that?
I'm sure we can thank this little toad here for this. But no more fun and games. You're finished.
Oh no. Her plan worked. By evil masterminds and underlings.
I'm sorry that I was wrong about you, but Oleg was very convincing and...
That's okay. I'm a man.
Really?
I don't hold a grudge. Come on, we've got to get to the airplane. The people from the sector are probably already waiting for us.
That's convenient. Didn't they wait 5 minutes? I guess they did wait 5 minutes. Now the real explosion happens. Yeah, so roll credits. Or see. Daddy! He's free again.
Papa!
Nina's father tried for months to scientifically prove what had happened. However, he eventually gave up, knowing that there are some things that just can't be explained with formulas. Still, or perhaps because of that, a small film company is very interested in his story. After his encounter with the sect, Eddie the janitor immediately started attending Alcoholics Anonymous meetings and has been sober ever since. He is using his striking voice doing voiceovers for goblins in video games. Lisa originally wanted to become a photographer, but she was unsuccessful due to the fact that she couldn't manage to change the batteries in the camera. Her new career as a bike courier also ended suddenly after just 2 hours and her first flat tire, because no one patched the tire for her. She is now selling magnetic microwave hamsters from a small stand in Berlin. When the police arrived at the museum, Kansky's body had disappeared. As Max realized when he saw the amulet, the commissioner was a member of the mysterious sect, which no one has heard from since their intervention in Antarctica. The sect's motives remain a mystery. Were their actions really for the benefit of mankind? And have they really disappeared? The sanitation worker noticed Nina's lie just in time and didn't quit his job. 1 week later, he actually did win the lottery, divorced his wife, and has lived happily ever since. Conductor Karpman's unpunctuality cost him his job. However, German Railways was thrilled to hire him. He now works the daily Hamburg-Bielefeld route. After another 2,376 cigarette breaks together, soldiers Romanova and Yushin decided to quit smoking. They now spend their time sticking nicotine patches to various areas on each other's bodies. However, rumors of an upcoming wedding could not be confirmed. Agents Fetisov and Radinkov left the Secret Service to open a boutique in Moscow that features tailor-made suits. None of the passengers died in the dramatic train wreck, which looked worse than it was. The scientists are still puzzling over the strange results of the plant analysis that Nina so brilliantly manipulated. The Doberman Pinscher took advantage of the opportunity to escape and is currently following in the footsteps of one of his ancestors and terrorizing the moors of England. Barkeeper O'Brien was hit by a drunken truck driver in front of his pub, quit his job, and has been teaching rhetoric at the University of Dublin. Foley, the fisherman's doctor, urgently recommended he pay better attention to his health. He now only fishes when the sun is shining, in other words, twice a year, and has switched to drinking single malt Scotch whiskey. Fernando, the gatekeeper, is currently working on his latest series of paintings, the 1,000 extremely different growth stages of the date palm tree. Thanks to her untiring physical efforts, Sister Sabrina actually won the mayoral election. However, she had to resign 9 months later to take care of her baby. Shortly after his efforts in the inner courtyard, Puyol, the patient, set the world record in building a house of cards. Since then, he has appeared in numerous TV talk shows, babbling nonsense and earning money, hand over fist. However, we strongly oppose the extremely malicious insinuation that this career path is a general prerequisite for a career in television. Ramon builds strange figures out of shells based on Manuel Perez's even stranger drawings and sells them to tourists for exorbitant amounts of money. The villainous quartet was literally put on ice for a very long time. As a result, large-scale mind control continues to be reserved for a very popular, massively multiplayer online role-playing game. The contracts are signed and sealed. You can look forward to seeing your favorite characters again in Secret Files 2.
Played and will LP one day, perhaps.
Max,
Yeah?
have I thanked you yet?
No, I don't think so.
The plane must have an autopilot function.
The end, I guess.
Camera's rolling.
And I'd like to help you too. I don't need to go to bed anymore anyway, and I can always sleep when I'm dead.
And
so,
some fake
if I can do
outtakes.
something for you...
That's really nice.
Here's looking at you, kid. Sorry, I forgot my line.
Cut.
You know the difference between me and you? I make this look good.
Cut.
Just because I'm filming a shitty film for some shitty people doesn't mean that I enjoy being an actor. I was not outstanding, and I was not exceptional. I was monumental. I was epochal.
Camera's rolling.
Prop guy, please bring the fake iron bar this time. What a comedian.
Camera's rolling.
If my eyes don't deceive me, the stodgy could now look a lot like...
Cut.
That's funny, is it?
I can't stand taking the train, sorry. Let's film the scene again.
Yep, that's it. This was Secret Files Tunguska. As you can see, I was the lazy gamer, and I'm now logging off. Bye, guys.